The battlefield stretched before him, a desolate expanse of ice and snow. The sky bled into shades of purple and grey, a chilling twilight settling upon the world. Wind howled across the frozen wasteland, carrying with it the whisper of death. The air hung heavy with the stench of decay and the promise of oblivion. The silence was eerie, broken only by the crunch of Jon's boots on the frozen ground. Each step sent a jolt of pain through his weary limbs. He tightened his grip on Longclaw, the Valyrian steel thrumming faintly in response to the encroaching cold. There was no fear, not anymore, only a weary acceptance of the fight ahead. He could almost smell the cold, feel it seeping into his bones. The others were close. He could sense their icy presence in the air, like a predator stalking its prey. This was it, the last stand of the living against the endless night. Jon Snow adjusted the worn leather straps of his armour. It was a poor fit, cobbled together from scraps and scavenged pieces, but it would have to do. He was a king without a crown, a warrior without an army, a lone wolf facing down a pack. His gaze swept across the desolate landscape. He saw the remnants of his army, scattered and broken. So few remained, so many lost. He had failed them. He had failed everyone. But amidst the despair, a flicker of defiance ignited within him. He would not yield. He would not break. He would meet his fate head-on, sword in hand. For as long as he drew breath, he would fight. He raised Longclaw, the Valyrian steel glowing with an ethereal light, casting his solitary figure in a ghostly illumination. It was a beacon against the encroaching darkness, a symbol of hope in the face of despair. The White Walkers came as they always did, an unrelenting tide of ice and death. Their eyes, like chips of blue ice, stared out from beneath their skeletal visages, devoid of mercy or remorse. They moved with an unnatural grace, their frozen limbs gliding over the snow-covered ground. The clash of steel against ice resonated across the battlefield. Each swing of Longclaw was a prayer to the old gods, a desperate plea for strength. He fought like a man possessed, fueled by grief and a primal need to survive. He danced a deadly dance with the icy spectres, their frozen blades a hair's breadth from his flesh. He felt a surge of adrenaline as he cut down another White Walker, its icy form dissolving into a cloud of frost. But for every one that fell, two more took its place. They were relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. They pressed their attack, their icy blades a whirlwind of death. The world narrowed to the clang of steel, the crunch of snow underfoot, the guttural snarls of the undead. Jon felt himself slipping, his movements growing sluggish. He was tiring, his strength waning with each passing moment. But still, he fought on. A hulking figure emerged from the ranks of the undead. A White Walker general, its armor crafted from black ice, its eyes burning with an icy fire. It moved with a chilling grace that belied its size, its every movement radiating power. Their blades met in a shower of sparks, the force of the impact jarring Jon to his core. They fought amidst a maelstrom of ice and steel, each blow echoing in the stillness of the night. Jon parried, thrust and countered, his movements growing more desperate. He was outmatched, but he refused to yield. He poured every ounce of his remaining strength into his attacks, his every blow fueled by a primal fury. He stumbled back, his breath ragged, his muscles screaming in protest. He was surrounded, a lone beacon of defiance amidst a sea of ice and death. The White Walkers closed in, their icy blades glinting in the moonlight. They were upon him, a tide of unrelenting cold and darkness. But Jon Snow would not die cowering. He raised Longclaw one last time, its blade reflecting the pale light of the moon. And as the White Walkers descended upon him, he let out a roar, a defiant cry that echoed across the desolate battlefield.